100% Chance of Wine, sponsored by The Lodge at Columbia Point.
Today on 100% Chance of Wine, we made our way out to Bookwalter. Joining me is John. So many changes that you guys have in the last, 6 months, including this building behind us.
Yeah, this is a little long overdue due to the COVID delay, but it's really been in the works for over 10 years, so we're finally getting to it, and then, we're about 3 months away from actually having a grand opening.
So what are you going to have inside the building? What is that
this
for?
Building will all be dedicated to production, tasting room, and our offices, so everything will consolidate there, and then the existing building will all become restaurant and banquet space.
So are you hoping to grow essentially the winery, make more wine with this building?
I mean, we've been growing, each and every year pretty methodically. So yeah, we'll continue to grow production. And what it really allows us to do is continue to grow our events and banquets and our restaurant space as well.
So what will the experience be like, when someone walks in for the first time to taste maybe some of the wines?
Well, this is probably what I'm most excited about, because forever you walked into our building and said, where's the winery? You're in it. Where's the restaurant? You're in it. So finally we'll be able to separate that experience. You'll be able to go in there, sit down to taste. You'll have our full dedicated time, not a restaurant server trying to handle a table as well as, doing a tasting at the same time. So you'll get a full tasting room experience. I'm doing murals on the wall of aroma wheel, the grape life cycle, and grape broken up, kind of like the coffee bean at Fred Meyer's, to show you where the flavors and colors come from. So it'll also be kind of interpretive on its own. So you'll be able to go in there, see the winemaking process on the barrel, one of the barrel walls. So it'll be a full learning experience, but really it's all about tasting our wines.
Right. And so are there any new wines that you're going to be adding or experimenting with having this new facility?
I mean, we've been experimenting all along. I mean, most recently we released a GSM, a Grenache Syrah Mourvèdre that we're really excited about. It's only our second year. So we're always doing something here, but nothing dedicated new just because of the facility, but things that will probably become more aware to our customer base, because we'll have a full tasting room dedicated to it now.
Now, how excited are you and the winemakers for having this?
I think they don't want to kill me for the first time. So there's that. And the restaurant, because they go from a shoebox into a larger kitchen when we migrate the kitchen to the cellar. And these guys have been making quite a bit of wine off a very small footprint. Actually, the footprint goes up 4 times. So I know they're excited to make wine in the new facility. And it really should allow us to even up our quality, frankly, on both ends.
Is there anything different that you're doing with the restaurant as well, included with this?
Well, the newest addition will be the food truck, and we'll be able to cater to ourselves from the food truck, but also cater to the community, also serve off the food truck at various locations throughout the Tri-Cities. So what it really allows us to do once we expand the kitchen into what I would consider a more normal sized kitchen is really fine tune the fine dining side, because we get the sandbox over here, as I call it, the play box that we get to do with the food truck. So really kind of pulling ourselves apart, focusing on fine dining here at Fiction, and having a real playful menu over here with non-fiction food truck.
So how is the menu going to be different compared to the menu that you have at the restaurant?
So the menu here was developed by the folks that are running the food truck, Will and Meg Willingham. So it's entirely their menu that they've presented to us several times. We've kind of fine-tuned collectively as a group, Fiction and them as well. So we've done about 4 dry runs. We're ready to hit the road actually this week, Friday hopefully. And but they developed it's Meg's kind of southern spirit and background paired with our Northwest foods, steelhead and things of that nature. So we're excited about kind of the blend that they're bringing, because it is entirely different from what we're doing at Fiction.
Now, where's this food truck going to be situated that people can find it?
So right now we're going to be at Bella's on Clearwater near the Flash Cube, and then we're also looking at the port down there, and I think the wine gardens down there next to the wineries. But we're also going to consider other locations. We're getting our license to operate in each city, and then occasionally here, depending on the events we may have here and the need for additional food sources.
Right. Now it's just strictly food, correct? In the food truck?
Yeah, I can do wine only when I get a banquet permit and we do all the proper permitting. But otherwise, yeah, it's just food and non-alcoholic beverages.
So food truck opening just this Friday. When are you hoping to have this up and going?
So officially they say that if we stick to our construction dates, which can be moving, but we're looking at about 90 days, so we can start occupying in 90 days. So we're going to migrate over for about a month, as I say, get a soft opening, but we look for a grand opening the last 3 days of September, kind of a VIP, our club members, and then kind of a general public. So the last weekend in September will be the official grand opening.
So this whole landscape will just be really transformed.
Yeah, actually that's the biggest thing to come still, is to tie it all together. I mean, how do we pull it all together is landscaping. So that should start in May. That's a full probably 2 months to pull all that together. But that's the last kind of piece of the pie, if you will, to pull it all together, to tie that building in with the facility here and the ground. So yeah, it's a full remodel, if you will, of all of our landscaping.
And do you feel that everyone that you see all the time are just excited for these new changes here?
This is what's been so neat for us as a family too, is so many of our clients are so happy for us because they know if you've known me, I've talked about it forever. It was probably in my business plan, 10 years ago that it was supposed to be done, and I'm finally getting to it. So yeah, they're genuinely excited for us and the growth, and they I think a lot of people like to see the growth. They've spent a lot of time here. They've spent their money here with us, and I like to say we're just reinvesting the dollars that have come to us through the community. So yeah, I think they're as excited about it as we are.